Hello, and welcome to Naropa's Academic Coaching Program's Tips and Tricks video series. We're going to go over different topics through this series. My name is Sophia, and today we're going to be going over skimming. Skimming is a super useful tool. Just recognizing first that there's so much reading for each class, it's nearly an impossible task to get to every single word, every single piece. Skimming gives you the ability to have a general idea of what the main points are. It gives you a scaffolding for when you're actually in lecture and group discussion to bring that information, start to make connections as you're hearing, and also have something that you can interact and work with within the classroom setting, within the group setting. So kind of distilling it down to a couple main different focuses for skimming. So we're going to talk about skimming for classes and skimming for papers, projects, and being prepared for Warriors exams, presentations. So first part on skimming for class. This is just having enough information, again, that scaffolding to build in lecture and to be able to interact with group discussion. I'm going to give you a couple different tiers of skimming. The first thing is go to class, at least have read the title for each article book that you're supposed to read. It's going to help you understand the theme, main ideas for that day's topic. Basic step. Read that title, read the subheadings, and read the introduction and the conclusion. Remember, it's an introduction and conclusion for a reason. It introduces you to the themes, ideas, main topics for the article, and it sums it up at the end. It concludes it at the end, everything that the article talked about. So the main points, you're going to have them reinforced in the introduction and the conclusion. So, if you don't have a lot of time, if you have, half an hour, at least interact with each one of those. To level up a bit, do the same steps, so title, subheadings, intro, conclusion, and then read the first line of each paragraph. So same idea here, where each paragraph, the introduction of the paragraph's topic is usually in the first line. So it just makes an easy way to touch in with all the points. Then you can kind of decide how much time you have. If there's a paragraph that really stands out to you, it seems super juicy, and you're just, whoa, that's so good, then dig in a little bit more. My suggestion is to do that second version, reading each line with everything that you have to read for your class. That way you have at least the main points, main ideas for getting into class and interacting and engaging with the material. How I, right now at this point, balancing work, school, personal life, and this global pandemic that we're in and the political environment that we're in, what I'm focusing on is reading the main text for the topic for that day, and then skimming the rest of it, getting in that first sentence. So I have that main topic kind of really fleshed out, and then there's a little more breadth because I've touched in with the other articles. So second part, skimming for your papers and your projects. Same steps, getting in that title, the subheadings, introduction, conclusion, first line of each paragraph, and then taking a note on those paragraphs that most resonate with you. 1 to 3 words saying what this is about. That one's about compassion, and This one's about emptiness, and this one's about my tree. That way, when you're going back to write your paper, you can easily, okay, there's the my tree paragraph, there's the compassion paragraph, and like then mine for quotes for your paper. Underlining, highlighting are great methods too. I find that going back and finding what I need later on, and then I'm reading all of the things I've highlighted or underlined. Having that word there clues me in a little bit quicker. The other thing about writing down the word is that there's the brain and the body that's processing in the moment and putting that information down on paper. So you're also making connections for what you're going to then be writing and elaborating on down the line. And it also makes those connections for when you're in group and you're discussing the ideas. So then just a couple little tips just to end is, I hear students say, oh, I want to read the whole thing. That's why I came here. That's why I did this class. That's why I'm in this program. I want all the information. It's like, I totally feel you. And you maybe don't have 5 hours to read for every single class, and stay calm and at ease and gentle with yourself. So remembering that balance, you might have to just make a decision like, I'm going to read that first line today, and that's okay. That's what I can do today. And then I can get in touch with more of what's there to interact with, instead of like focusing all your time and attention just into one article. And you can save that article. Wishing you all well. Take care.